injections, multiple consultations, and now she's headed to surgery. I have a friend in Tucson, and she has been dealing with this hip and knee pain for years, and now she's getting ready to go under the knife. And I have been telling her for over 2 years what is driving this, or more than likely, what is driving this. Here's the issue, and if you've had a hysterectomy or you're in line for hysterectomy, please hear this and share this with people that you know. When you have your uterus removed, irrespective of ovaries or not, when you have a hysterectomy, estrogen production starts here and it's like dropping off a cliff. And what happens when you lose estrogen? And most women are never told this. And providers never follow up. When you lose estrogen, you start having random aches and pains, shoulder pain, hip pain, knee pain, and then you add her group fit exercise instructor teaching 3,000 classes a week on top of that. She has a repetitive use injury, probably. But when you're younger and your estrogen or your hormone levels are normal, your body can tolerate this. So she's had inadequate estrogen forever, so now her tissue is incredibly vulnerable. And when you have estrogen declining and you have repetitive use or faulty movement patterns, your body can no longer handle this load very easily, and it breaks down in the form of pain. And then you end up in front of a surgeon who tells you either need, if you're lucky, you need an injection, and if you're not so lucky, you need a surgery. Here's why an injection, you're going to feel better after the injection, hands down. It's going to relieve the pain and inflammation, and numb it up. And here's the problem with that. It doesn't fix the problem. It's treating the downstream symptom, the effect. The cause is up here, and it's never been addressed. And this is not rare, guys. And here's what's going to happen. If you get a surgery or if you get an injection, that's going to mask the problem because it's treating the symptom. And in 3 years and in 5 years, you're going to have that same joint that you had surgery on or that you had injected. You're going to have to repeat the process because you're back in the same boat. You haven't addressed the problem. So your tissue is still susceptible to low estrogen. So do you see this pattern that I'm talking about here? That's the equivalent of fixing or trying to fix a spare tire fix a tire with a nail still in it. That makes no sense. Why would you do that? This is not an uncommon issue. Women come right out of a hysterectomy who are not on estrogen, and they're walking around with depleted connective tissue throughout their entire body. And they walk around like they're 80 because their back is shot or their knee is jacked up, or pick a joint, anything. It happens differently to different people. Shoulder, hip, knees, ankles, fingers. And you know what happens? They get told it's aging. It's not aging. It's estrogen depletion, and nobody checked their levels. What should have happened to my friend, and probably to you or someone that you know, is they should have checked her levels first and foremost, her hormone levels, and told her, hey, let's check your levels, and then if everything looks okay, we could still do a trial of estrogen to see if that corrects the problem. And then if that doesn't work, consider alternative methods to ease her pain and fix the problem. This is a pattern, guys, I see all the time. They're treating one joint when one joint in isolation is not the problem. Nobody is looking at the systemic hormonal picture, which drives all of this. That is not medicine. That's freaking whack-a-mole, hoping that when you hit one, it's going to fix it. But what happens? It pops up over here. Same thing. If you've had a hysterectomy or you're dealing with some pain that nobody can figure out, that chiro doesn't work, injections don't work because it comes back, ask your provider about estrogen levels, not just estradiol. There are different types of estrogen. Have them all drawn. Look at the full picture. If they won't look at it, find somebody who will. If this sounds like your situation, the link is in my bio to get yourself some help. And this is exactly the type of pattern that I decode on a daily basis. Link is in the bio, guys. Don't suffer.